Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Munch Buds. I am your host, and today we're going to be starting our pilot episode. So this is a raw cut, and there's going to be a lot of unedited footage, so cooperate, please. So the whole purpose of Munch Buds is about a group of guys talking about whatever they want, eating whatever they want. So today we do have a special, drink. We do have a special drink, and I do have two wonderful guests here, and not guests. We are actually, we are Munch Buds. It's not just me. It's all of us.
It's a team. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to introduce ourselves. I don't know if I said this already, but my name is Sam, and right now I am sipping on a delicious cup of cherry Dr. Pepper, which honestly is not as good as it sounds.
Yeah, you got cherry vanilla.
Yeah, honestly, I can't even taste the difference.
Yeah. My name is Colin. I'm drinking classic Dr. Pepper because I'm not a schnoz.
You just call me a schnoz. That's fine.
Hey everyone, my name's Emmanuel Gaskin, and I'm drinking High C. Plain old High C raspberry flavor.
Oh, okay.
So
raspberry flavor.
That's my go-to.
So it's a raspberry flavor.
It's a raspberry High C flavor. Yeah, they have lemon, raspberry lime too.
I don't think I've ever actually heard of that before.
I only get the fruit punch ice.
It's pretty damn good. I like it myself. It's
I might have to try that.
It's a good taste. I'd recommend 10 out of 10.
So I guess, gentlemen, let's do a quick cheers just to start off first episode.
Yeah.
Cheers,
okay.
gentlemen.
Cheers. Munch Buds. Hashtag.
Munch Buds. Hashtag Munch.
And by the way,
oh, that's gross.
We're also all California State University Long Beach students in the theater department.
Yes, we are.
Class of 24.
Yep,
yes, 24. Yeah, sorry. I didn't even know my own graduation.
We're all graduating next year, right?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Maybe for me, 2025, but...
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's just taking 5 classes, per semester. It's a bit too much for me, especially since I have work as well, too, on the side, and taking care of a younger kid brother, so...
Student life's tough, man.
You're busy.
It'd be tough, yeah, making everything fit in.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
College demands quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're supposed to manage, especially, it's a little different for theater majors. We don't often have, studying homework. I mean, memorizing lines is one thing, but we don't have, do this fucking math equation that I really don't want to do.
Right.
By the way, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Are we required to take one math class at least?
Oh, I forgot about that.
There are GE classes you have to take.
Right.
As a transfer student, I'm done with all of them. I just need an upper division one.
Yes.
Which means absolutely nothing except give us more money. You have to take that class.
Yeah.
Stupid. I mean, I took at my community college. It was Theater 1B, intermediate acting. I've taken this class before, but they're like, no, you didn't. You have to take our class. And I'm grateful. I met you guys. Right. I'm having a great time.
I'm happy being here, meeting you guys too.
Yeah, I'm all for it. But it's just I took that class.
We don't necessarily have to have a math class that we have to take, but for us transfer students, we have to take the GWAR exam. And no matter what kind of score you get, if you score pretty well, you still have to take an English course, regardless. So.
Right.
I just don't know if we have to take a math one, because I didn't see math, because I didn't transfer. I was here for since the beginning, since my freshman year.
Have you taken any math at all? So you skipped associates then. You just went straight for bachelor's, right?
Yes. So
nice,
I think.
Okay.
So what's going on right now is the fact that
Interesting.
Yeah. So right now, I've had classes given to me recommended by my counselor, but none of them so far required math. Which
that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to save it towards the end, which I really hope they don't do.
You do have a general education that you would need,
that
we all need, and math is one of those topics. I only needed one class for my associates, and I don't need any here.
Right.
But I don't know.
I'm going to have to double check the website, because I don't know. If anyone out there actually does know that goes to Cal State Long Beach, please let me know before I graduate, because I might miss it.
For me specifically, I only had to take statistics, which is not that
right.
As far as math goes, statistics and probability, it's not that bad.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
But yeah, I just for theater students, a lot of our time's demanded, but for my girlfriend, she's a STEM major.
Oh wow.
She's studying She wants to be a microbiologist.
Microbiologist.
Or not, god damn it. There's so many. Like medical, microbiology.
Different fields, yeah. It's like very
there's-
specific
but
fields,
also
I know.
like aerospace, electrical engineering. Like she's studying all that shit.
Oh my god.
Wow, good for her,
I know.
dude.
Her, the math
Impressive.
equation she shows me, I'm so glad I don't have to
Dude, I suck at math. That's why I became an actor
Not
myself.
imagine
But
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous because the way universities specifically are run in our age is they expect you to be a full-time student, which is 12 units, and they say
Right.
you need double those hours outside dedicated for homework. That's 24 hours a week already. That's a
Yeah.
part-time job.
Jeez.
Right.
Up to full-time job. For her
Right.
major, that's a full-time job. She spends at least 30 hours a week with school and
With
study
school purely.
combined.
Right.
And that barely, but that is a full-time job. On
Right.
top of that, she doesn't have a full ride, so she needs a job
She has to pay,
to support
right.
income.
Her own expenses,
And
right.
but she also needs to sleep 8 hours, and she needs some free time.
Right.
Of course.
How the fuck are you gonna do all that? There's not enough time in the week to get all of that. So which one do you sacrifice?
Right.
Do you guys have any free time for yourself when it comes to like school life? do you
Luckily,
think?
I do, because I did my conservatory before transferring. I
Right.
transferred with 70 units instead of 60. So
Nice,
I
okay.
don't need 15 units a semester here, and I got a lot of the stupid classes out of the way.
Good for you,
You know,
man.
so
Good
that
stuff.
I get to kind of chill.
Right,
I don't
right.
need to overload myself, which is I'm very happy about that.
Right.
You know, I do get some free time. I mean, like
Right.
it's usually I'm a night owl, so I usually
Right.
get free time like at night, like now.
Right. I also consider myself a night owl.
I like the nights, you know.
Right.
It's just there's no responsibility. I can play games all night long. I can play till 2 a.m. My classes
Right.
don't start till 11, so I can do that.
Chilling, yeah, dude.
I mean,
Sounds like it.
honestly, I love the nighttime because I think it's just like it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
Am I the only person that thinks that?
No,
Nah,
like-
dude,
but
same
especially down
too.
here, because I'm from the Bay, which isn't much colder, but colder enough to where it's like I don't really want to like go outside. But like we're in the early parts of March right now, and
Right.
like, for me at least, walking up to here, I'm like, it's nice out. I like the weather.
Right, right.
Crack open a window. I don't care.
Right.
I like the nightlife in SoCal. I like the nightlife here. I hate walking across campus during the day.
Right.
'cause it's
so busy.
hot
A
as
A lot of foot
fuck.
traffic.
Yeah, lots
Yeah,
of foot
sun's
traffic.
out, foot
And I'm
traffic.
sweating my ass off.
Dude, same.
But like
same.
at night, it's not too many people, but enough so it doesn't feel like an apocalypse.
Right.
Right.
And I don't know. I love the vibes. Walking
Right.
across campus, listening to my music, because
Yeah.
the theater department, the parking is like opposite ends.
Plus, more parking at night, too. Yeah, more
yeah,
free parking
but
at
like
night.
walking across campus with my headphones in, listening to like
It's a good
The
vibe. It's a
Weeknd or
vibe.
something.
That's what
I'm
that is.
like,
It's a vibe.
holy shit! I go to a university.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get a chance to look at the campus. I'm like, holy shit! I like
Taking that
this
in,
is like
yeah.
my school.
Right.
You know, I see universities in movies and stuff, but like I go to
Here
one
you
now.
are
I'm like,
making it
what the
happen.
hell?
You're making
It
it
is.
happen.
It
That's
is
what
a
that's.
lifestyle. It is a whole. Like,
It's
a very
surreal.
big chunk of your life.
I
It's an important chunk, not big, but important chunk of your life. 4 years could really
It's-
do a number on you.
It's just hard to because we grow
Right.
up. We've all watched the college guys movies and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
films,
like
TV shows, commercials,
Spider-Man
things like that.
going to college and stuff, or like
Yeah,
the
21 Jump Street.
or like
Right.
the Social Network. He's like walking across
Yep.
Harvard in the beginning, and you're like, oh, he
Right.
goes to university.
Right.
And this ain't Harvard, but like we go to a university. We got accepted into this school.
Yeah, our
That's
hard
kinda
work paid
crazy.
off. Right.
I mean, definitely for sure, not a lot of people in the world have the same opportunities that we've been given. So I
Right.
know it seems stupid busy as a college student, but that's what it's all about. We signed up for that.
It's a
That's
choice.
what that is.
They-
It is.
and
We're
they-
paying for this
it is
too.
a
You know,
choice.
we're making it happen.
And they let us stay here. You know, they
Right.
accepted us because we have something to offer.
Right.
And
That's very true.
I think a lot of people overlook that because it's school. You know, because the word school could have its ups and downs, connotations and stuff like
Yeah.
that, stress
Right.
and stuff like that. But college is definitely a different vibe because it is a choice that we made. It is a commitment that we are kind of pushing to ourselves,
Right.
which
Right.
is which
Dude,
which
I,
we should appreciate more.
I really want to talk about this topic a lot. There's a lot that can be said about our specific school, primarily tuition, where the funds are going, and things like that. But with that being said, should we discuss our topics that you want to bring up with podcast pilot episode?
Let's just see where it goes.
I have no problem. I was literally about to text in my phone and text you guys like, you don't have to follow our plan. Like whatever
Right.
feels right, let's just shoot it. That's what pilot
we can
episodes
talk
for.
about
Yeah,
college.
yeah.
then.
We'll just talk. Have a good time.
Should we talk about our college specifically? I mean, I don't want to be like saying like messed up stuff. Well, not messed up, but like truthful things.
What are they gonna do?
I think like the thing with colleges and like the way I feel about relationships, like friends, parents, partners, all of that is like a true good relationship is not only when you show support,
Right.
You can call them out on their shit,
Right.
Oh yeah, of course.
right? Because like you guys came and supported me in the basketball tonight, but you guys didn't have to do, and like
We
that
wanted
means a lot
to.
to me.
Dude, supporting
your
a
homies.
brother.
Yeah.
We are brothers.
Because you guys absolutely could have been like, I want to go home,
Right.
know? But you just came because you wanted to support me and Ulysses. And, like, you didn't have to do that, but you did.
It's a
and that's
brotherhood.
support, you know?
Right. Right.
But as friends, like that, you showed me support. But if one of you guys came and you were yelling at the refs because you thought this was bullshit or something, like screaming at the other team or something,
Right.
I wouldn't just support you. As a friend,
Right.
because I care about you guys, I'd be like, hey, you need to calm down. That's
Right.
too much.
That's overboard.
You mean like the other guy?
Yeah.
The other guy.
Yeah.
That's like overboard. Yeah, at that point.
Right.
Oh, hold up. We just had a friend that walked in. One
Are
second.
you guys on a pod?
Yeah.
we're doing a podcast.
You want to join us?
Yes,
Hello.
please.
Hello, everybody. Welcome special guest.
Take a seat, please.
Welcome
if
special
you can.
best guest Bella, and I guess her
Our new
friends.
squad.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
my,
come on in,
that's
y'all.
my
Come
roommate.
on,
That's
y'all.
my friend.
Oh,
Hey,
nice to meet you
nice to
guys.
meet you.
So yeah, we're just doing a podcast. This is the pilot episode, but yeah, we're just
Wingstop?
recording some stuff right now.
Some Wingstop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
you
I
know?
love Wingstop.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. What's good? My name is Bella. Nice to meet you all. Have a good night. Yeah.
All right, that one. All right,
Very
thank you
good
so much, Bella.
contribution.
Yes, thank you.
We really do.
What have you guys been talking about?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to like listen to us, it's fine. But if you guys have something,
We're
to do,
talking about like colleges and like school and like the issues like with campuses and stuff like that.
it is a pilot episode. We're just kind of having fun.
during like
Posting it.
conversations. Yeah.
Starting on
we're-
YouTube?
It's all us, but I'm just hosting for now, just to control.
Reddit too.
Yeah.
Reddit.
Are you streaming it on Twitch or something?
No, but
No,
this
we're
is
starting on
recorded
YouTube,
right now.
but if people like it, we're gonna hopefully Spotify, make a subreddit.
What's
or
the podcast?
I'm just gonna do a
stream
raw
it?
clip and just
Yeah.
send it out.
What's the podcast name again? Munch Buds.
Munch Buds.
Munch Buds.
We're gonna
Munch
get
Buds.
we're gonna get
Yeah.
food every time. We're gonna introduce ourselves and what we're eating.
Yeah, keep
What's
it
your
like
name?
that.
Colin,
Colin, I'm Amanda.
Amanda,
Emmanuel,
Emmanuel?
nice to meet you.
are you guys all dorming?
I live down the hall.
Elena?
Nice to meet you.
You dorming?
I live right
We're at
Yeah.
Beachside. That's my roommate.
Oh, cool! Super cool.
Hey, and let us know if you guys want to ever guest. We'll love to have
Hell
you guys.
yeah!
I'd love
I
to.
think we're gonna do this every Thursday.
Every Thursday. Yeah.
That's what we're
Yeah,
playing.
so if you guys
Yeah.
want to, just you can let Bella contact me and we'll set up a
Yeah.
Send her the YouTube.
schedule. Oh yeah, I'll send
channel.
you guys all the info.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for visiting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep this in or not, but
Have a good night.
We'll let you
Take
know.
care.
We'll let you know. All right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm dead silence in 3, 2, 1. All right. So if you guys didn't know what just happened, now we just had a couple friends come in and say hi. They showed very nice interest, so you might see them later on the future podcast. But we're just gonna keep this going right now. So
it was
where
a
were
nice
we?
interruption.
Shout out to Bella. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
she's part of the group now, Munch Buds. So, a new member of the group, and it's been a blast. You know, having her with us. So, shout out to you, Bella. Shout out to you.
Yeah, maybe one of these days we can get Anna.
Oh,
Professor.
dude.
Oh my
If we could
God.
get-
Guest
if we
star,
could get
guest.
teachers,
Dude,
guest
Nip,
stars.
Nipper.
Oh, yo, Nipper
Nipper.
will love it.
I
So,
don't
yeah.
know him, but I've heard good.
Oh,
Dude, he's
trust me.
fantastic.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Dude, you would love that guy, man.
But
Down to
I
earth.
know Anna lives in LA, but if we could get her for one of these, that'd be.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
Oh,
we'll
man.
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We should bring it up to her next week.
Yeah, you
But
know,
yeah,
definitely
We were
A
talking
weekly
about
theme.
relationships,
friendships.
friendships, and how it's not just support, but you can call someone out
Yeah. Right,
on their
right.
shit because.
Depending how it might be. Right.
I firmly believe that a good relationship, and you don't just call someone out on their shit because you don't like it.
Right.
Like if you like tap the desk every once in a while, it's just to have like before you drink or something.
Right.
You're like, Emmanuel, could you fucking stop? You know?
Right.
That's my problem. That's
Right.
not your problem. Like whatever. But if you're, I don't know, if you do something that makes someone uncomfortable as a friend,
Right.
because you don't know that.
Right.
Because you clearly don't.
There are
see it.
boundaries that we
so
don't
then,
have.
as a friend, I want to be the guy that's like, hey, I'm not trying to talk down on you, but I've noticed some people you're making uncomfortable. Like,
Right.
let's try this instead. Because
Different methods.
Constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism.
Because
I agree.
good friends, good partners, good parents will tell you that stuff to help you grow.
Grow as an individual.
Right,
I agree.
'cause with acting, it's also, you get that constructive criticism because that's how
Right.
you become a better actor. You get told what you're doing is bad. You're like, hey, you're doing this good. You need to work on this area, just like
Right.
today. But like my musical theater class, I like it, and
Right.
the professor is super kind. Like she's a sweetheart. I love her.
Right.
And the problem with the class, there's no constructive criticism.
She doesn't call them out.
No, none of the students do. Even if someone isn't doing great, which is
Right.
okay. That's why we're at school.
To
Because
learn,
we
yeah.
want to
We're
get better.
being trained and
It's-
learning how to be better.
Right. In the classroom. Yes, question.
Yeah. No, not question, but I just raised my hand just to input. That's why I love Anna's class so much.
Yeah.
I love the
If you guys-
feedback.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
guys know, if you guys don't know, but Anna Steers is one of the
Amazing.
professors here at CSULB.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she's
Fantastic
great,
professor.
honestly, because she knows how to call you out on what you need to know. That is constructive criticism.
Yeah.
That is a right professor.
But she doesn't make you feel little.
Exactly.
She doesn't make you feel like
And if she,
an
and if
idiot.
if she does on accident, she will approach it. She's
Yeah.
not someone that'll be like, "Oh yeah, you suck.
You're
Let's move on." Yeah,
She'll
be
work
like,
on
"Hey,
that
yeah,
with you.
work on this because you will not regret it. You will improve from
You
this."
will become better.
That is a professor.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because constructive criticism is
Right.
so, and approaching it right is a good relationship, and it's just like theater. Because in my musical theater class, like there's been some people and they didn't do great vocally or acting wise, in my opinion, and
Humble
that's just
opinion,
my
right.
opinion.
Right.
And that's fine though, because I'm not saying fuck that person. but
Right.
you can't grow unless someone tells
Right.
you. Because
Exactly right. Growing as
the
a
worst
person.
parts about yourself, 99% of the time, you don't notice it.
Right.
So how else can you know to grow unless someone tells you?
Right.
You know? And so like one of the things I give notes is like, hey, relax your hands.
Right.
You know?
That really helps
Because
out big.
that
Makes a big
acting,
difference.
You're
Yeah.
throwing it away because you're throwing your hands up every 2 seconds, or you're trying too hard to be this character.
Right.
But
Right.
let the words do the work. Believe it.
The justice.
All that crap.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
But
And something that important to know. I brought this up at one point. I don't know when it was, but you kind of have to be careful when it comes to really close friends and family.
yeah.
Because sometimes they will like dote on you. That's why people say like when you get a new job and you need a reference, you don't choose your family. Because they will obviously kind of boost you up in the sense of confidence because they love you. That's
Right.
like the foundation of love.
Right.
But then that's why outside opinions are so important because you have a whole nother life, you have a whole nother backstory, whole
Right.
nother set of experience / skills
Right.
to input on that from a completely different perspective that you have never seen before.
Right, and you don't have that relationship, that fear of hurting someone's feelings blocking you.
There you go.
Right.
Because, like, I love my dad. I love him so much. And he gives me, with performances, he gives me nothing but support. And, you know, I do need that support. And I'm not
Right.
giving him any crap at all. But when I feel I didn't do a good performance and he's like, no, you did perfect, I'm like, Dad, I love you. But it's almost like you have to say that. Because
Right.
you're my dad, you're going to love everything I do. And that's
Right,
fantastic.
support everything,
And you're
yeah.
an amazing dad.
Right.
But that's not how I'm going to grow as a performer. If that's all I... And I'm not shitting on him. Like,
Right.
I need that from him.
Right.
But when he's like, well, I think you did a great job, I just say to him, thank you, and I love you, but you have to say that. So
Right.
when this person, this professor I admire, says I didn't, like, I love you, and I believe you think I did good,
Right.
but if they don't think I did good and they don't have that relationship blocking that criticism,
Right.
then in that sense, their word carries more. You know?
Right. Like today, for example. I mean, it's like for our acting class, you know, we had to perform our scenes one more time, and you know, we picked a scene from the Odd Couple. Oscar and Felix's scene in the kitchen. And little backstory for this class, we picked the scene, we performed in the first week of class, and weeks after that, we've been kind of like practicing different methods, like Meisner, and different like forms of techniques that can really help us grow as actors. And today, for example, we did it for a second time with what we've practiced, rehearsed, choosing independent activities too. And thankfully with my great friend, partner, brother here, Colin, he's my acting partner for the scene, and we kicked the ass out of the scene, and
It was really good.
at the same time, after we finish our scene, it's like we got the feedback of how we can make their scene better, and that feedback really helps you as an actor really kind of like know exactly what you have to do the next time you have to perform this, or with any other performance as well. So yeah, I had a good time doing it. But with a Professor Anna, she gave me really great constructive, criticism of how I can do better, be more in the moment type of actor, and that makes me want to challenge myself too of how I can grow and do more better with myself. So I appreciate that big time.
Because she told you, here's what you did good, here's what you improved on from last time,
right?
And here's how you can go even further.
And I like that.
It
Please
wasn't
tell
just
me.
like, hey, Manny, you're flailing your arms and don't believe the character. That was awful.
Right.
That's just mean.
Yeah, no, that's just how you be a dick.
That's just mean.
But she approached it great.
It's a healthy form
It
of
was a
like
great way to
criticism,
approach it.
right? That's what we need nowadays.
Yeah. And sometimes people do need tough love, which is unfortunate because
Right.
insecurities build up an ego. And that ego,
Hubris, yeah.
it's such in the way because you don't want to be wrong.
Right.
And I've had that. We've all had something like that before.
Right.
When I started
You've had
community
moments.
college, I didn't want to be like a theater major. I didn't think I needed classes. But oh my God, did I need my fucking classes, dude. But I had an ego about my acting and singing. And so when I was told notes, I was like, but you're wrong. That was good. And now looking back,
Right.
geez, man, what a mess. Not a mess, but it's not great. It's not something I would want to bring to an audition. Or I'm like,
Right.
this audition
Right.
was good, but man, if I knew this beforehand, it would have been great. Because my ego was
Yes,
in the way.
dude,
I wasn't taking
same.
the notes. I didn't want to be a theater major because I was like, I'm too good already. That's stupid.
I think everybody
Ignorant.
I think everybody in their life does have a humbling moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Amen.
Especially, I think
Yeah.
high school really flares your ego. Because
Right.
I feel like, at least for me personally, I've always been a quote-unquote theater kid. And especially in my high school days, I was like one of the only like guys in my advanced theater class. I was
right.
literally the only guy.
You mentioned that a while
So then
back.
everyone wants
yeah.
to do a scene with you.
No, exactly.
Can't
So
do a relation. I mean, you can, but
yeah.
it's different.
Just because I was confident in myself, which is a good thing,
Yeah.
but just because of my
that.
attitude doesn't make me a good actor. That's why
Right.
high school transitioning to college, personally to me as well, was a very humbling experience to know that like, hey, I'm not as good as I thought I was.
Yeah.
Right.
But what's fantastic is that when I first came to campus first came to campus, I realized that I had so much to learn
To learn exactly.
that it actually scared me.
too.
I never
That's
been
how I
af-
feel. Right. As an actor too.
Right. I mean, I have never been afraid to go to a theater class ever in my life until I came to college. Because
Yes.
I was so overwhelmed by what I could learn, which immediately kind of also triggered my humbling thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was almost thinking this all wrong.
Right.
Right.
Now I was humbled. I could tell myself, okay, you're not the best. That's okay. Now you could be even better than what you thought.
Right.
Like it's such a great build up.
Yeah. I had a somewhat similar experience. I dropped theater in high school to work. I was doing it like before in my life. But once I got to college, for me it was more gradual. Because that's when I had my ego. Because I'm like
Right.
taking vocal lessons. I've watched tons of movies. I know how to act. Like, no.
Yeah. Misconception. Right. Right.
because me personally, I bring a lot of high energy to the table, and I like going above and beyond, and sometimes I don't trust the words, and so I give too much energy to the point where it's just not realistic.
Right.
And that's a ton of fun, but if I'm trying to portray a character and not, a cartoon,
Right.
it doesn't work. But in my college experience, it was like, I did the class and I was like, okay, maybe I got some things to learn. And then I did the first musical, like, oh, I'm still a good singer and stuff.
Right.
Because I thought I was. And I thought I was good at acting. I was pissed I didn't get this part. I really wanted that part. Because it was my first time doing a show in years. And I was like, I got this. I'm so ready.
Right.
And then we're doing the show. I see the other people and them singing and acting. Wow, those guys they are leagues ahead of me.
Right.
And they've been here for 2 years. This is their last semester, and they're so far ahead of me in this performance area.
Right.
And then I did musical theater. No. Before that, that show went to an acting competition down at Fullerton.
Right.
First time I came down here and checked out the campuses, and that trip was a ton of fun, and that's a whole other thing. But on that trip, 2 actors from the show were chosen to compete in an acting competition.
Nice.
And down there this was totally optional, but there was a musical component where you could compete for like best singer.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, I'm a good singer, I can do that. And so I met my girlfriend in that show.
That's cute. That's sweet.
Man, that's gross.
Yeah. But we didn't date for a bit. I was dating someone else at the time.
Whoa. Dude,
Well, I didn't cheat.
Right, I know what you mean. Dude, but we gotta talk about that now.
I
mean,
does she know about this?
Yeah, no, she's well aware. But
Okay, good.
I was getting really into her because I was just seeing like, wow, in high school, because I went to a continuation school, there was like 80 people at that school.
Yeah, it's
so
like
the
very
options
small.
were limited.
Pool.
Not that, and I say that in the sense of when you're surrounded by a group of people, their personality is heightened because I see those people every day. So like, this person's super hot. Then I go to college. Fuck, dude. I'm like, wow, a lot of those girls I had crushes on are not as attractive as I remembered.
Oh.
And like that, whatever. Good.
Right.
They're fine. I'm not shitting on them, but
Honestly.
But you are though.
I mean, you know what? Fuck them. I went after them and they said no. And looking back, I'm like, I'm way out of your fucking league.
Dude, you have a lot to offer on the
ego
table.
boost.
Oh, god damn it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, there's a lot of topics we gotta talk about. I mean, college, acting,
Hey,
professors.
this is just the pilot episode. You got more of these coming, guys.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to talk about aliens too. Like life beyond Earth
Oh,
and.
fuck yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
but let's go back to your story about love.
yeah.
Please,
Sorry,
please,
yeah.
We're
continue.
on an acting trip, and my big humbling experience, mainly with singing, but just in general in performance, was to get closer to what would become my girlfriend.
Who would become your
After,
girlfriend?
like, it took a while.
Right.
But I just really enjoying her company. I was like, it'd be a ton of fun if for that musical competition if we did a duet together.
No way.
Ooh, okay.
No way.
And kids, that's why I met your mother.
With her, we get to sing together, and of course, I picked a love song.
Dude.
This guy did. You guys did all the right parts in all the right places.
Dude.
Yeah, except
when
I
you-
was in a relationship while doing it.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, fucking idiot, right?
Alright.
And so we're doing the duet, and my professor, she was the head of the department. She's a genius professor. You guys would love. She was a genius. Is a genius. She's still the
I
head
believe
of the
that.
department.
Right.
And so she was in charge of the trip. She was like the professor that was taking us down there because the school was paying for the hotels and stuff. It was incredible.
Nice.
I'd love to do it.
Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and so we were practicing before we drove down there, and we were like, "Hey, let's show you our scene so far, and you can give us notes." And so we did the duet, and then she was like, "Look, I've tried to tell you before. I just don't think you heard me." And she told me straight up. And at the time, I was super embarrassed and I hated it. But in hindsight, I needed her to.
But
see
looking
that.
back at that,
I
right?
needed it, and I'm so glad she did it. But she was like, "You are a screamer." You're singing, you're singing so loud, and you act so loud. And she wasn't shitting on me, but she was being blunt. And I
Right.
needed
Pointing
it.
that out. Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I needed it, and she was just saying, you're singing. This is a duet. You're singing to her, and yet you are filling up. We're in a black box. She was like, you're filling up the entire black box. And yes, sing to your audience, but sing to her because I can't hear her because you're singing so damn loud. And I just I was so humiliated. And then I went home and I'm like, oh my God.
That makes sense.
I'm putting so much power into it. And I was
Right.
like, I'm not the singer I thought I was.
Mm-hmm.
And it took, I feel better about my singing now, but still not.
Dude, you were
As
great
much.
singing in class today, man. Like, shout out to
That
you,
was just
okay?
I
like a
can't
joke.
believe it.
Drake
Okay.
and the Squirrels, please.
Okay. I wasn't here for this,
I love
but I
it.
heard something fantastic happened during class today that involved rapping. Is that
Oh,
true?
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
We
believe
had
I
a-
missed it.
We had to make a rap on the spot in
We
class.
there was 4 groups and we had 8 minutes to make a song. We had to have a
Choreography.
repeatable beat.
Mhm.
We had to have
Choreography.
choreography. We had to have a chorus and an improv verse. And each person had to do a verse, but you couldn't stop
Right.
until Anna said you were done.
Oh my god.
Plus, we had to talk about things that we loved.
And the prompt was, I love it.
Right.
That's three things you love.
Things you love, yeah,
And people took very
individuals.
different routes. Zoe was extremely honest. I won't say what she said because that's her stuff, but she was extremely honest. It was great, She
Shout out
sang-
to her. Shout out to her.
Zoe's great. I want to work with Zoe. I think she's
You said you
fantastic.
said her name though.
No, I'm not saying what she said.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
The context.
I'm
of
The
not saying what
context,
she said
right.
because it was very honest to the classroom. But
NDA.
Yeah.
Like she said, NDA. But it was
she really
honest,
opened up.
yeah,
and that was
grounded
but she was
performance.
still saying things she does love, and some people
It's
had a
it's
harder time.
powerful, empowering, powerful
Right.
stuff.
And I more aim to have fun with it, but I was being honest of I love the class, I love all you guys.
Yeah, and we all felt that enthusiasm, and we all felt that energy from you.
I was just having a good time,
Dude, we all had a great time with you.
It was fun. It was fun. You would have loved it.
I know.
She said we're doing it again though.
Yeah, sometime
that's
sometime
good.
in the
Thank God.
semester.
She
So
said
you
we're
better
doing
not
it.
miss.
She
Thank
said we're
God,
doing it
I'm
one
ready.
more time.
I'm going to prepare.
Don't
now
miss, okay,
for
Sam?
that class.
Yeah.
I'll do my best not to miss. But
Yeah.
I missed because I had to go to LA and I had to film an audition. And
No,
for
I mean,
something.
it's not like you were just sleeping.
We're a pretty
You
big
had-
company, yeah.
You had shit to do.
I think
He's a working actor, man. Come
He
on,
is.
guys,
I know.
working
I
I
actor.
prefer the term struggling actor. But actually, I think. But what's really nice is that when you are in a theater department, you realize that the professors are in the theater department. So when you do have stuff like that, they're usually very helpful.
Supporting, yeah.
Yeah, they're very
Right.
supporting. So I don't know how many times I had to talk to our professor Anna and say that, hey Anna, I'm not here because I had to film a commercial. I had to do an audition in LA to drive all the way up there in the morning during class, and it happened a lot. So
Right.
I want to tell her this in person one day.
This semester or before?
This semester.
This
Yeah,
semester,
right.
I want to tell her in person that I am so grateful for her support because there's no way I would be able to pass this class if it wasn't for the fact that she genuinely does support me. And if I had to do extra work to make up in attendance points, that's completely fine. But
That's fair.
yeah,
Right,
which is
right.
fair. But she's been very grateful, and I am so happy about that.
Yeah.
Can I emphasize that, please? If you communicate with your professors, that's fucking great. I feel like not a lot of people do communicate what they're going through with professors, and when they start slacking, missing out on class, being late to class, and it really does affect your grade. So I can't stress that enough. Please, people, communicate with your professors, and I can't emphasize that enough.
And you will discover that they are a lot nicer than they seem. They're actually a lot more supportive for
Exactly.
you than you think.
At least in our department.
At least in
At least in our experience.
At least for us, right? But
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt to try, though. That's the message. It
Because
doesn't hurt
at
to
the
try.
end of the day, what they should understand is that they were students too once.
Yes,
And they
dude.
need to remember the struggle of being that student with money and
Right.
time.
Right.
Fucking sleep, goddammit. And the fact, especially our department, because you're not just ditching class, you're trying to make a career.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the class is helping.
you're working your career.
But like, you gotta make a job, because let's be honest, you're going to school and you're staying. But if we're being completely honest, if Marvel came up to you and like, Sam, we're gonna give you a lead movie. You're gonna be the next like Captain America.
I'm gone.
Yeah, you're dropping out of school and taking
Dude,
the
making that
fucking role.
happen. Right.
Because that's your career. That's what you're going to school for. But if you get the role, fuck school.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
done.
That's what's crazy about like TV, film, and acting stuff. You'll never know when your life is going to change.
It can
forever.
change in
Yeah.
a second,
That's
right?
what's scary too. Like
Seriously.
John Hamm, he was trying to be an actor forever. I don't think he like. As far I haven't done my research, but as far as I know, you guys know John Hamm.
Yeah.
Right? He's
Actually,
He was in
honestly,
that one show. What was that show
House of
called?
Cards.
No, another
Wait.
show. Another show he was.
Mad Men.
Mad
Oh,
Men.
not
Yes,
House of
Mad Men.
Cards.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mad Men.
I didn't even watch Mad Men, but he didn't get that role till he was like in his 40s, and that was his breakthrough role. He's done a couple movies.
He's
now,
done a lot
one
of
show.
films.
And
Yes.
I love John Hammond. He's great, but he was auditioning into his 40s before he got his career started. Bryan Cranston, same thing.
Bryan
Put him in
Cranston.
the middle.
Yep.
He wrote
Plus,
his way in.
with Paul Bettany too, it's like he felt like giving up, acting his entire
Right.
career until he scored, I think, Iron Man or Avengers: Age of Ultron, and boom, he's been doing like project after project with the MCU.
Vision.
Yeah.
Vision. That
Paul
was his
Bettany,
name.
yeah.
Robert Downey is.
And same thing with the actor Dacre Montgomery from Stranger Things. He thought he wasn't gonna succeed like with acting. Before he got in with season 2 of Stranger Things, he felt like giving up acting, and then
It's pretty crazy.
he
That's right.
he got the part, and boom, his career blasted off at that
Fire's over.
point. Yeah.
Or Brandon Fraser right now.
Yes, dude,
His
he made a
career was-
comeback.
He did.
He
I'm
made a
so
comeback.
happy for him. It's amazing.
Lots of great comeback stories. I love, and that's why I like that's why it's really easy to make it seem easy, because
Yeah.
once people are successful, not a lot of people really kind of come into context where they came from,
Right.
because they're like, oh, this guy's a celebrity, this guy's got money, this guy's living it easy.
Yeah.
It
Right.
wasn't always like that.
No.
That's not how it
Robert Downey
begins,
Jr.
right?
Yeah, and that's why I love Robert Downey Jr.'s
Yeah.
story. How he was literal trash, and he came to be one of the greatest actors, or most popular actors in the world.
And respected guy
he
too.
Jump-started Marvel, which, whether you like it or not, is a juggernaut of the box office. I mean, they're the kings of the box office right now. Again, you can hate the movies. That's just the facts.
Yeah, I know.
Man,
yeah.
they've been
the
dominating,
world
yeah.
spoke for Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
Right. And they said, don't hire him. Don't hire him. He's the drug addict. Don't do it.
Then they took that chance. They
Yeah.
took that freaking leap,
Absolutely.
and look what happened.
Look what fucking happened. Because he kept auditioning. He was like, I'm not giving up my career.
That's it.
I'm
Right.
coming back. And I
Right.
did. That's
Right.
the determination that we need.
Right.
That's a cutthroat industry. I don't even know the half of it. I'm not doing those auditions right now. That's scary shit.
It is
It's
pretty
terrifying.
intimidating, Yeah.
It can be terrifying,
Keep at it.
Yeah, it's like
I'm absolutely petrified to do them.
I'm excited for the most part. I mean, I've done school my entire life. Before Cal State Long Beach, I've been doing my community college stuff, and I just graduated last year, like during the springtime of 2022. So I've been waiting for my moment, and I've been doing student films here. I'm lucky that I've been given chances to audition, get parts in student films, and I'm lucky enough. But I'm at that point in my life where I want more besides
Yeah.
school. I want to make my career an actual well-paying career, and I can say for a fact that I'm a freaking actor getting paid doing what I love.
Doing what I love.
And I just wish I had more time. Work, school, stuff at home, homework, it does eat up a lot of your time, so
Yeah.
drastically. And yeah, I just, wish I can start my career because I'm hungry to really make my acting work go above and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
I think you make a really good point, and that's why it's so important to really kind of stick your neck out, because here's the thing: you don't know how long it's gonna take. You heard stories of
Right.
people in their 40s, starting their career.
Morgan
but,
Freeman, Samuel Jackson.
Oh my
people
God,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important that you need to make sure you see the bigger picture, because at the end of the day, after it's said and done, when you're on your deathbed, you realize that you need to understand what was it all for, you know?
Yeah.
And the minuscule amount of time of your suffering, of your pain, your stress, and your efforts, if you make the most out of it, and you're at that point of like success, like at least like celebrity level success,
right?
You kind of tell yourself, it was all worth it.
You can look back
right.
and say
when you get
right.
there is when you realize this is why I went through what I went through.
All that pain, suffering, crying nights,
and what
all went there.
Yeah, absolutely. And what sucks is that the reason why people give up these days, such great potential have given up these days, is because they can't see the bigger picture. They can't see their far end goal, their purpose in life. That's why it's important that people. I don't want to say especially actors, but actors. That's why actors need to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, I mean, you're speaking from experience. That's why you say that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And other people's lives too. We've heard the stories.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, people, shout out to you guys making this stuff happen. I mean, please, as cliche as this might sound, but don't ever give up on your dreams.
I mean, he's right. He's right. Don't give up.
No matter how tough life might be, your 9-to-5 job, stuff at home, stuff with finances, it might be holding you back and really putting you in like a really kind of like deep pit, but you simply can't give up.
Right. You have one life.
Right.
Go for what you love. Don't settle for anything less. There's no point.
Yeah, just don't give up.
Because I could be a business major. I could work in an office. I don't want to do that.
Will that make you happy? That is the question. Right.
God, no.
I think that's very important.
God, no. And I don't shit on anyone who does. You got to make a living. And,
right.
And some people,
get the bills
that's
paid.
just where their life led them. And if you're supporting yourself and your family, and if you're happy, power to you.
Power to you.
Hashtag.
Absolutely.
And that's fantastic. I just know for me personally, because I know myself better than anyone else, I will not settle for less than what I need and what I want. And that's to make a performance career.
Right. I think Colin brings up an extremely important point of that, sure, you can live a life of satisfaction, but there is this sense of compromise that you yourself need to register. You cannot be mad at yourself if you are the one who compromised. Because if you live a life of compromise, you will get a life of compromise.
Right.
So it's important that, sure, there is luck. Luck is a factor that has gotten people to where they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
amen.
As long as you live a life not filled with regret, not wondering where you have been, honestly, no matter where you are in life, if you're happy, no matter how successful you are in the world's eyes, you have made a great life. So that's why you should never, if you do live a life of compromise, don't be upset that you are, because that's a choice that you made. You can live a life of purpose if you follow what your heart wants.
Yeah.
And I told people this. I told people this when they make a choice. As long as that choice is something that you won't regret, I say you go for it.
Do it.
Yeah, I say you go for it.
Yeah. I have a buddy. I met him in my theater department at my community college, and he was going to school. He wanted to be a performer as well. And then we both started the conservatory I did, and he wasn't showing up to class. He wasn't doing homework. I'm like, hey, dude, what's going on? He says, oh, it's the Wi-Fi. It's my connection. I'm like, no, what's going on?
Right.
Because if that's the case, come to my house. Go to the school. They have designated rooms
Starbucks
for the
too.
Wi-Fi.
Free
And
Wi-Fi.
He figured out for himself, he could not get the motivation for school. He's like, and I'm not shitting at anyone who does school. He's like, I can't do it. I don't have the motivation for this work. I love theater, I love acting, but I really want to be in the car industry, like my dad, who's a general manager at a dealership. And he's like, my dad says, don't get in that industry, but I love cars, and that's what I want to do. I think I'd be great at it. And I fought it for a little bit because I thought you really wanted to do acting. I'm like, but that's your passion. Don't give up on it.
Right.
And that's what I was saying. Right? But then later on, he was talking to me, and he was like, no, I think theater's more a hobby for me. This working at a dealership, that's what I want to do. And he worked at a restaurant in between, and he was like, no, I'm going for it. And he talked to his dad, and he was saying, I want to work at the dealership. You tell me not to, but that's what I want to do. He's been working there for maybe 2 years now, and he loves it. He's making like big boy money. I'd say adult money, but we're adults, which I don't feel like an adult.
There's no big
Dude,
boy
I'm
money here.
Yeah,
fucking
no,
old,
not
man.
with us.
I am old, dude.
Like, I don't feel like an adult, but we are technically.
Yeah.
But like when we were in high school, 22 to me is like that's an adult.
Yeah.
But I'm 22, and I'm like,
I don't know.
I'm not an
Bro,
adult.
I'm about to turn 25. Holy shit, dude.
I know.
I'm like an old freaking fart,
But
yeah.
he's same age as me, and he's making like living wages. He could support himself and a family right now. You know, and he's happy. He figured out that's what he wants to do for a career, and that theater was a hobby, not his passion. But the car industry is because he loves it. And he's had some shitty days. He's had to deal with some shitty people, coworkers, and customers alike.
It's tough, man.
But I call him all the time because he's back in the Bay Area, and I'm still in good touch with my buddies up there.
That's good.
That's good.
Keep that alive.
And he's happy, and he's making money. He bought a fucking BMW today.
Let's go.
Damn.
Good.
I know.
Shout out,
He's-
dude. Shout out to you.
He's 22. He's working at a dealership. He's our age, and his dad's in contact with other like general managers and people that he's helped, and got a discount. But he can still afford a 2020 BMW, and not like a base model, you know.
Right.
And I'm so happy for him. But whenever he tells me about his job and the money, I'm like, that's great. Fuck you. That's awesome, man.
Right.
I hate you for that. I'm working $15 an hour right now. You know?
Oh man.
I mean,
Same here,
yeah.
dude. I'm working like a dog.
Yeah.
Like $18.
But
We'll get there.
Yeah, exactly. We will get there.
We will get there.
Yeah, which goes to show which I think collectively was our big point, is to not give up on your dreams.
Not give
Yeah,
up.
just don't give up.
Stay,
Yeah.
like we're all
Simple as that,
actors,
yeah,
but
don't
stay
give up.
with it.
I know, seriously.
You know, and if your people in your life aren't supporting you, maybe those aren't the people that should be in your life.
I agree.
You know, like not blind support, but support your dreams.
Whatever that might be, just please keep going. Don't stop. Push yourself. You know, don't give up, and sooner or later you'll get at the finish line.
And I know we were talking about acting a lot, but this like Colin's friend story here, this could be about anything.
Oh,
This
Yeah,
could be
any
about
field,
absolutely
any
anything.
dream you have, any dream you have.
Absolutely. Yeah. So moral of the story: have good relationships with friends, support them, call them out in their shit respectfully,
Right.
and stay with your dreams.
Yeah, stick with those dreams, guys.
Stick with that dream. Yeah. Amen. Hashtag.
Title of the episode.
Title of it was
Stick with your dreams.
Yeah, stick with your dreams. Well, guys, thank you so much. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speak for you guys, but this was an amazing
Dude,
first
thank you
episode.
for
Awesome.
making
Yeah,
it
super
happen.
fun.
It's
No,
about
no.
damn
I
time.
know, seriously, it is about time. And honestly, like, I might not even call this a pilot. I'm just gonna say this is episode number
Hell
1.
yeah.
Episode
I
number
think
1.
This would
I'm
fit
pretty
to be
confident. I'm pretty
TNT as well.
Yeah.
I think this would be a
Yes.
fitting theater, not therapy.
Munch buds, yeah, munch bud.
And by the way, yes, there is a section.
Subsection.
Yeah, subsection of this podcast called TNT, Theater Not Therapy, where we kind of go into our theater/acting experiences and show how that just builds good character and shows you how, like, you know, some skills you can learn, it could genuinely improve your life.
Yeah. I theater can apply to a lot of theater majors. They don't do performing. They work for like Google.
Yeah.
You know, they
Right.
talk about, they help them create the platforms that work with people because they know people, because that's what we
That's
do.
how it starts, knowing people, right? Social networking.
And I hate to do this to you guys, but we'll definitely talk about the theater aspect and stuff like in our next episode, which we will love if you guys tuned in. And we'll keep this going for you guys. We really hope you enjoyed it. I mean, personally, I had an amazing time
too.
with Colin and Manny
Yeah,
here.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, this is the crew. We don't have 100% of the group here, but we will get the rest of them
Now
on.
next
We will.
week will be a bigger episode.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Just
episode
sit
2
very
Thursday
close
night.
next to
Yeah,
each
very
other.
close, because we're only using one singular mic. Yeah. But don't worry, we're going to be laughing about this when we all have our separate mics and our separate studios.
Yeah, we got
Right.
individual cameras.
Oh my
Right,
gosh,
I
that'd
can't
be
forget the
fantastic.
cameras, right?
That is
right.
sick.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening in. We hope you guys have a great night.